Welcome to the Rap Jux podcast. Welcome to the Rap Jux podcast. Welcome. Man, what's good? It's your boy Prophet back at it again, host of the Rap Jux podcast, and that's Prophet Profhit, professional hit to all the MCs in the industry. Prophet, aka Papa from Uptown. You know, that's me, for real. Look, man. So I wanted to drop a video, man. Lil Wayne dropped the Carter 6 this past Friday. And I was getting a lot of, I guess, people hitting me, saying that they didn't like the album, going down social media. People saying they didn't like the album. But, at the same time, people coming out saying they didn't like the album. I'm seeing articles about the album being number one, and that the album is done well, this, that, and the third. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take the day while I'm out doing things to actually listen to the album, and I'm gonna give y'all my take on it. Excuse me. But look, before I get into it, like, share, and subscribe to the video. It helped things, help me do things, help make sure I can get this channel cracking and I can do more videos when I want to do videos. You dig? But yeah, so the album came out. Everybody's saying, it was kind of mixed reviews, but I did get a lot of people saying that they didn't like the album for whatever reason. So before I can chime in, I had to listen to the album myself, because that's what I do. I listen to music, particularly hip hop and rap, and I give my opinion. So this is what I think about the album. The album, well, first of all, let me say this. A lot of people are saying that they were surprised not to see Drake or Nicki Minaj on the album. But I know Nicki Minaj was on Carter 5. I don't think Drake made Carter 5. At least I don't remember him being on Carter 5. So maybe that relationship has started souring well before this album dropped. But, to me, I was surprised not to see no Cash Money artists, no BG, no Juvie, no Turk. And I know they just kind of reconciled things in this past year, and they were touring, during the Cash Money tour, the Hot Boys reunion. I was surprised it wasn't a Hot Boys song on there. But needless to say, here's what I think of the album. So the album starts out, and I'm not gonna go. I got the track list pulled up, but the album starts out with Wayne. Somebody speaking like some spoken word type thing. I think he starts out rapping on it with King Carter first, and then Welcome to the Carter. I'm thinking it's Wayne, and that's when the spoken word joint comes on. Then he goes into a song called Bells, which is paying homage to LL Cool J, Rock the Bells. And that track was written by Lil Wayne, and of course you give props to the original makers of the track, LL Cool J, Rick Rubin. I like that track. Wayne did his thing on it. He did a play. He said L-I-L Wayne instead of LL Cool J. L-I-L Lil Wayne. It's hard, whatever. That track was nice. And let me say this too, man. I listened to this album about 3 or 4 times back to back. I like good music, and with most of these new modern artists and producers, you're not gonna find too many weekly produced tracks. A lot of live production, and good samples on this album. So I never expect any really new artists, new music to have bad production. Unless it just didn't match, the artist just didn't do justice to the track, and it just made, it was a mismatch. But then he goes into a track called Hip Hop, um, and on that track, I was noticing that it was written by Big X, Big X the Plug, um, and somebody named Jay Jones. I don't know if I think Big X the Plug does the chorus on one of them tracks. Um, but he did. I can see why people like for instance at Wayne, sonically some of the songs are different than what he would rap on. Conceptually, some of the songs are different than what he would rap on. But Wayne was always known for pushing the envelope. Even when he came out with the rock album, when he came out with the lollipop joint, started playing the guitar, he was always known for trying to push the envelope and trying to, with the skateboarding, trying to be a crossover artist as hard as he could. And I think people who like the lyrics are the same. There's no drop off on the lyrics, and so if you're a fan of Lil Wayne lyrics, you're gonna get exactly what he's been giving you, especially on Carter 5. He's kind of making these albums based on the style of hip hop or rap music that's out now, and what's popular. And I'm gonna say this: he's a smart man, because if you're gonna be in a game, you gotta play the game. If you're gonna play the game, you're gonna play the game to win. So you're gonna do the things, whatever it takes, get the producers that's hot nowadays, get some of the artists that's hot, and try to make concepts that people nowadays are interested in. Because I can tell you, people my age, a lot of us don't listen to any new rap. If they listen to rap, it's something old that we came up with when we were in high school or in our 20s. But buying new rap, a lot of us don't. So it's smart for these older artists to try to appeal to the new consumer, but while straddling that fence, giving their existing fans, their older fans, some of what they want to listen to. And I think he did a good job at doing that. On the song Cotton Candy, I was kind of confused with his whole verse. I don't know if he was just praising white women. He kind of talks about drugs. That song features 2 Chainz. And I don't know, just a weird verse. Another track that kind of was something with him trying to reach to the other side and cross over, was the Island Holiday. And on this song, he kind of like sings in the cadence that a white pop star, not a pop star, like a white rocker would do. Not a hard rock, but a white rocker in that kind of voice and cadence. He's kind of singing and rapping in that kind of tone. So he's definitely trying to cross over on that one. Loki's theme, he just goes all out on his affiliation with the Bloods, gang stuff, So yeah, that track, If I Play Guitar, is a very, very I like the track, man. It's very laid back. He did his thing on it. He's kind of singing on it. He does a rap verse on it, but it's more artistic and poetic. Musically, it's nice. It's a kind of breakaway from some of the other sounds on the album. Peanuts and Elephant. What I thought was unique about this was Lin-Manuel Miranda, the guy who, the playwright, actually produced this song, and I think he also helped do some writing on it as well. Another standout. Oh, the one Maria featuring him and Wyclef. I really like that. Different. It's fresh hearing Wyclef. It's refreshing hearing Wyclef. I haven't heard from him in a while. Him and Wayne did their thing on that track. Being Myself, produced by Manny Manuel Fresh. Manuel did his thing on there. The production is superb, of course. And it was good to hear them two back in the studio um, then there's a joint with him and Machine Gun Kelly and someone else rapping on it. And Written History is like the last joint where he's basically talking about he's being, he's the best rapper alive. So to me, I can see certain fans. I can see why, you know, this album is polarizing in either direction, But to the true hip hop head, and Wayne didn't change his lyrics. He doesn't fall off lyrically at all. Sonically, if you like music, you're gonna like this song. I mean, this album, and it with good music and good albums, it gives you it pulls you into what the artist was trying to convey in the sound he was trying to come across with. So even if you're not a true fan of it, you're a fan of the art itself, and I think that he did a good job of doing that, because you got to listen to it, and listen to it over and over again. And I found myself doing that. I listened to it like maybe 3 or 4 times back to back. So most fans probably who wanted some of the old Carter 3, Carter 4 type of sound, you're not gonna get this here. And you saw that him kind of changing up with the Carter 4, to be honest with you. Um, but then those who saying that it's so great, could be a lot of younger guys, younger generation who are into some of the sounds that he was trying to come across. He definitely trying to do the crossover. He had a song with Bono, did a song with Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll features on one of the songs. Bono, I like that track too. I don't know if I said I mentioned it. He definitely trying to cross over with that. So Wayne, I would say it's a smart thing to make the type of music he's making, because he leaves himself open to go in any direction. Beyonce did her country music thing, and we all know that black people started country music. Now Wayne is trying to sneak into the rock world, and we know even the sound that's most notable for most young white men. Black people started that genre of music as well. So it just sounds strange to my generation and the generation after to hear rappers like blatantly trying to have a crossover sounds. But overall, I think the album is a good album. I'm not going to give it a number. It's refreshing. It's a good listen. It's done by an artist who knows what he's doing. And the people that contributed to the album all came in. Even the song with Big Sean, wasn't a big fan. I'm not a big fan of Big Sean, but he definitely handled his business on this album. I don't see why people saying it's a bad album. It's actually a good album. The rollout could have been better. I don't believe it's released under Cash Money, so that could be one of the reasons. I think his Young Money imprint and he released it on Young Money in Republic, I think. Some label, correct label called Republic. I'm not familiar with them. I'm pretty sure those in the industry may know who they are. So that's probably why it wasn't a big rollout. But I can tell that he put a lot of thought into the album, and trying to have a certain sound come across to his audience. So, the Carter 6 to me is a good album. I think you do yourself justice if you like hip hop, rap music, not listening to the album. And I think that anybody who's just saying that they don't like the album, either don't like Lil Wayne to begin with, because you hear a lot of comments saying he and for those of people that say he does simple rhymes, or he says he rhymes anything, he doesn't, man. He probably doesn't just put hard emphasis on his punchlines and metaphors like some of those East Coast rappers that most people who consider lyrical do. But Wayne gets in his bag, and you listen to his rhymes. Maybe his voice is kind of off-putting to some, but Wayne does get in his bag, and everything he's doing does make sense, and he makes the rhymes fit the actual song. So I don't know why people say that. So people who don't like him either didn't like him before, or didn't listen to the album, or just like I said, casuals like this inboxing. They're just casual rap fans, and in this era, they're piling on. Somebody probably wrote something. Could have been somebody from Gas Money. Probably wrote something saying that this album was whack. And like I say, the culture that we live in today, everybody just pile on. They all jumped on. Once stuff starts snowballing and people are sharing, everybody want to be a part of the whole crew. So be a part of the group. So man, be a be an individual. Be your own person and listen to the album for yourself before making a decision of calling something whack or spreading bad info. Wayne, you did your thing, young man. Continue to grow. Like I say, some of the songs I really like. Some of them I can see the crossover appeal. But they're not bad songs. I probably won't listen to them on repeat, but I understand where he's trying to go with it. So yeah, Carter 6, Lil Wayne, check it out. Once y'all check it out, let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. You dig? And y'all let me know, if you think he was, intentionally trying to cross over. Of course, like, share, and subscribe to the video. Hit the little bell so you can be notified when I drop a new video. And until the next one, peace.